Matt's the virgin has lost a lot of friends.
Sexist was between the legs, and genders was between the ears.
I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things.
You are a loudmouth bully.
But there's one thing he never lost.
Are you a virgin?
Well, you know, for me, the first objective for everyone is to...
You're a virgin!
How can you go 40 years and not have sex?
You know, I'm not comparing having sex before marriage to murder. I'm just saying that you can make a very practical argument in favor of it.
No, that's crazy.
From the studio that brought you Allergic to Vagina, the Ben Shapiro story.
The problem most men have is they don't know how to talk to women.
What is a woman? If one person could tell me what a woman is. People are laughing. Is that a dumb question? What is a woman?
Matt Walsh is...
Party's over. Let the virgin get back to work.
Just wanted to know, what is a woman?
And you're not going to find out.
the 40-year-old virgin.
What the hell is a woman anyway?
Chuds of TikTok has been back. You know what? I just went and bashed gimmick accounts. And Chuds of TikTok started here on the Central Committee stream. We've been helping Chuds out. And they're starting to pop off.
What's going on, guys? I'm Sneako, and welcome back to another Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary. And the question at hand is today, very serious question that I wanted to do a commentary about.
Who the fuck is Sneako? He sounds 12. This is his old video from when he was like 12?
On the seafront of Naples overlooking the polluted sunset.
Download this video immediately. This is from before his voice changed.
For a while, I know they say it all the time. I gotta stop saying the same things in the beginnings of my commentaries. But I wanted to talk about this for a long time, and it's a big issue going on in America right now. Not really a huge issue, but it's a controversial topic. And I've said that before too, Jesus. And it's actually more of a controversial issue in Syria. And as you've already read this from the title, I know I said...
What a gamer. This is why I don't like COD. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. He missed the AFK guy. I guess I see why he became an incel commentator, huh? Okay, I'm sorry, chat. That has nothing to do with what I wanted to talk about today. That was just funny. Let's have a little piece of candy first.
In order to stop the communist agenda, we need to get rid of the big banks.
Right.
Karl Marx, no one knew who he was until the big banks distributed all of his literature.
Right.
Yeah. So in order to get rid of communism, we need to get rid of the big banks.
Yeah.
Get rid of big pharma.
Right.
What else? Big tech.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like these landlords that are coming in and buying like hundreds of properties. You don't even know what corporation.
Like China is doing it, and Bill Gates.
Zillow.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people here are very fed up, and they're ready to collectivize and sort of seize the means of production.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's why I support unions so much. You know,
well, it's funny. I work for actually not this shirt, the other shirt I had an earlier, for a company not too far from here called Liberty Pump, non-union. They let the owners of the company sold a third of the company to the employees. So the employees have ownership of it, which is a lot better. And
well, they're collectivizing.
Right.
It's cooperative.
It's an ESOP.
Yeah, the workers own the means of production.
Their families work there, their dad, the sons.
ESOP means employee share purchase program, basically. So basically, like, as a way of transferring the ownership of a company to their employees from equity owners, have the company basically either issue new shares for the company, so dilute the existing equity holders, or they sell their share directly to their employees. So the employees, you know, become investors in their own company. ESOP. I'm in an ESOP, but the bank own most of the shares. It kind of sucks. I'm sorry, it's employee stock ownership plan. That's what ESOP means. I've been saying this over and over. On the ground, Hogs agree with most, if not all, of socialist policy. They're just misled. No, well, I mean, yeah. They learn something new here every day. Here's the thing. A lot of Hogs are more left than they think. They just hate corporate Dems. Everyone hates liberals. Everyone hates liberals. Are ESOPs good? It depends on the way it's like asking me if a union is good. In general, I support it, but in particular, you know, you have to figure out what's going on, and every conditions can exist where it's bad, right? Like, there's ways that you can make the ESOP bad, but in general, I think that the more the employees own the company, the better.
worked there, and that's typically where America started. A lot of families did that.
In order to stop.
I always thought that ESOPs were a scam to the benefit of the company tax-wise or something. I don't know how it would benefit them tax-wise. But there's a risk. The thing about ESOPs are, okay, you work for a company, right? Right? And you live in a capitalist society like ours. And so that means that if you want to ever quit working, you have to save money, called retirement savings. If you work for a company and then you take your savings and then you invest in the company, you're doubly fucked if the company fails. Because instead of saving your money and putting it in, like, some other investment, so that if your company fails, you're fine. The only problem with the ESOP is if you take your savings and invest it in your company and the company fails, because that can happen, then you're doubly screwed. That's the main issue, is it puts you in a very a position of being even more vulnerable to the company's financial health. Now, obviously, if you don't put all your savings into it, then you'll probably be fine. That would be the main warning I'd have on that. With none of the say over the decision making, on the contrary, chill. That's not correct. If the company, if the employees collectively own a significant share of the company, then they can start electing board members, and if they own enough, they could become majority owners, and then they could seize control of the company. They can make those non-voting shares. I mean, you could do all sorts of things to make it suck, right? If the program sucks, then the program sucks. If the program doesn't suck, then the program doesn't suck, Okay. This story isn't funny. 12 photos showing the sad state of Bed Bath & Beyond.
Bed Bath & Beyond has faced some criticism on Wall Street as of late. On Friday, Loop Capital analyst Anthony Chicumba came out with a note reiterating his $1 price target on the stock, predicting the retailer will go out of business. That's where we find Sazi's take today. Sazi had a nice, relaxing, leisurely weekend visiting Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah, it's how my weekend rolls. But look, I just want to say this up front. We put a piece out on Yahoo Finance this morning, running a lot of photos of what I found in these stores. Before I even go through some of these photos, I've been getting a lot of tweets this morning. I think I'm up to 25 tweets, but it might be folks on Reddit, investors in Bed Bath & Beyond. It is the top ticker on our site. The shares were up close to 20% in the pre-market. I am not invested in Bed Bath & Beyond. I am not short the stock. I'm just out here reporting. No one is paying us for this story. So let's get real here. Stop tweeting me this garbage. It's ridiculous. But some of these photos you're seeing on here, I visited 2 Bed Bath & Beyond stores in Long Island. One, my hometown Bed Bath & Beyond store. It was tough to see in the shape. But a couple themes that stood out here. High levels of clearance items. It's not a good sign when a company like Bed Bath that ended its most recent quarter with $100 million in cash before the holidays. You walk into the stores, you see empty shelves, you see not just entire departments devoted to clearance and sale items. The discounting is pretty deep. I mean, they're offering window treatments, for example, at 80% off. Also, a lot of the private label goods that were put into the store by now former CEO Mark Trin, these things are not selling. They are all on sale, 30, 40, 50% off. These private label products are not moving, which raises the question if deeper discounts will be needed very soon to get this stuff out the door, to bring in that cash.
Or will they take write-downs?
Or will they take write-downs, Julia? You're right on, to bring that cash into the business and then ultimately get more brand name stuff that the consumers have known Bed Bath for, get that on the shelves ahead of the holidays. And it was just a very disappointing shopping experience in Bed Bath. And I should mention, and this is weekend, great weather. People were out there shopping. I went to visit Roosevelt Field Mall. Mall was packed. These stores were empty, which is a big, big red flag. So overall here, we're going to fire up my take on Bed Bath & Beyond. It's going to be a challenging couple quarters here for the company. It could be about to get very real. And there I am. Sleeping.
Are you pulling the covers up over your face because you're too afraid to look at how bad it is?
I covered the downfall as an analyst and then as a reporter for Sears, Kmart, not Borders per se, but Sears and Kmart weren't my main stories way back when in 2013 and 2014 when things were really getting bad. And I had that feeling walking into these Bed Bath & Beyond stores. They hit it a little bit better by not putting out, deep clearance, deep sales, but still the evidence of a struggling retailer were on full display here. Now the stock is rising here in the pre-market as the meme crowd gets control of it, but still a lot of red flags in these stores.
Yeah, continue to watch Bed Bath & Beyond. The deep discounting, the clearance photo was one that stuck out to me that you took because there was a lot of inventory even in that section, and so we'll see exactly how they start to work through some of that inventory.
My local high school is spending $1 million to hire scab workers to replace teachers. Then you need to go and yell at the school board and say you're going to vote them out. Got to intimidate them legally. Most retail experts believe Bed Bath & Beyond has one foot in the grave, and a visit to a couple locations.
All right, something else that we were watching today. The 13
indicate a retailer under severe stress amid elevated discounting and slow-moving inventory. Meanwhile, what's happening in the market? Today, Bed Bath & Beyond is up 63% in the stock market. Now, chat, there is a theory called the efficient market hypothesis. The efficient market hypothesis states that basically all available information is priced in to market transactions. And so objects that have highly liquid markets like the stock market are perfectly priced with all available information. Now, you just heard this reporter who has experience reporting on and investigating struggling retailers like Kmart and Sears, right? He says he went to Bed Bath & Beyond. There's no one fucking there. It's losing money hand over fist. And there is nobody fucking there. And meanwhile, Redditors, I bet you if I went on Wall Street Bets, they're all going wild over Bed Bath & Beyond. The top post on Bed Bath on this Reddit, the top post is Bed Bath & Beyond $2 million YOLO. $2 million YOLO. When it was at $16. This guy, 2.24, this guy has almost doubled his money. 420.69 is their target for a company that the analyst said should be valued at 0 based on their actual retail sales. This is GameStop number 2. We've entered a period where basically Reddit, until we get a real bear market, until we really crush this bubble, we're going to have to deal with Redditors basically trying to corner markets with God knows how much money is flowing from Reddit. This is all the proof you need that rich people are fucking stupid. Look at GameStop. Oh, that's Goldman Sachs. I think it's GME. GME was literally at pennies. Now $44. This company fucking sucks. I went to a GameStop recently. They had nothing. There was barely any fucking inventory. It was terrible. I'm like, I would be willing to shell out right now if there was anything there. Jesus Christ. I have an anarcho-natalist libertarian buddy who unironically conflicted his ideology by saying he's ruined by markets nowadays and he wants to make retail trading accredited only. Mask off libertarian shit. Oh, he lost a lot of money in the stock market and now he's saying the stock market, he shouldn't have been allowed to gamble in it. Hold on, chat. Most discussed stocks on Wall Street Bets. Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop, AMC, Spider, which is the S&P 500, Tesla, Walmart, Best Buy. Jesus Christ. This is the pump and dump dream. This is advanced pump and dump. Holy shit. Wouldn't these stores also be fulfilling online orders? The vast majority of these retailers' business is in the retail locations, not their internet stores. Incredible. So basically what appears to me to be happening in Bed Bath & Beyond is let's see if I can get to, there is a short squeeze. If you don't know what a short squeeze is basically shorting a stock is when you borrow a stock to sell it because you believe the stock is going to go down in value. So say you think Bed Bath & Beyond is overpriced. You would go to your broker and say, I want to short Bed Bath & Beyond. They would go to somebody else's account. They would borrow that share. They would pay a fee to the person who is borrowing the stock. They're borrowing the stock from. And this is not actually how it works. We'll not get into the actual mechanism. This is all an analogy. Reality, oftentimes they don't do that. They have their own. They don't have their own privately. The broker owns a certain percentage of all the stocks on the market, and they offer a share to sell from you. Borrow it from them. Let's just do it that way. Anyway, so you borrow the stock at $26. You sell it immediately at $26. You hope to buy it back later when it's down at 15, and then you keep the difference in the money between when you sold it at 26 and you buy it back at 15. So you made $11 from that stock. Now, if the stock goes up in price, eventually the broker will go to you and say, Bed Bath & Beyond is at $40. You're negative. You owe us money. We look at your account. Now, you're negative $40 now. You're at negative, if you just have the money you sold from the stock, say at 26, you're at negative $14. And if the rest of your account is not positive in value, they will force you to give them all your money, basically. And that's called a margin call. So if there's a huge number of people that have sold a stock short, like Bed Bath & Beyond, a bunch of people went and looked at Bed Bath & Beyond and said, oh, this company's going bankrupt. I'm going to sell it until it goes to zero. And if you short a stock and the company goes to zero, then you can buy it for $0 and give a share, the now worthless share back. So it's a way to bet against companies, basically. And if there is enough of a short-term spike in the price of a stock, all those, the entire market wide, all these brokers will be going to these short sellers and saying, hey, you guys don't have enough money in your accounts to cover the risk that we're facing that you're going to go belly up and not be able to return the share to the person you borrowed it from. So they do what's called a short squeeze. And then all those short sellers are forced to go into the market and buy the stock because they've gotten a margin call. That is what is basically happening. Bed Bath & Beyond is garbage, and it is going to go to zero. Mike, you have to react to this juicy content. Jank and Brianna Joy Gregg talk and get mad at each other. Okay, that might actually be funny to watch. You think society would be improved if we abolish stock markets? That's a very small thing to want to do. I want to do even more than that. Stock market is the worst invention by man, and that's including religion. It's pretty dumb. How is anyone convinced to buy BBBY amid years of bullshit hype? They were told that they're going to make money with no work. And largely, they have. It was pumped. It was pumped in Reddit. If you bought the shares at $4, 2 weeks ago, you could have bought Bed Bath & Beyond at $5, and now it's $27. You literally, sextupled? Quintupled your money? If you turn around and sold it right now, you would have 5 times in a week your money. They did the same thing during the GME hype with BBB. Yeah, there you go. The closest to 100 bet I have made is to bet people there are 50 states in the United States. You'd be surprised how many people get it wrong. What the fuck? Everyone has bedrooms. Everyone has bathrooms. Everyone has something beyond. Mike, how can you say these aren't strong fundamentals? It's a strong buy. I want to see what's going on and see. This is obviously going to be one of the top stories, right, on CNBC. It's got to be. It's got to be. This is fucking stupid. What? Okay, Jim Cramer was like that the company should issue shares. They absolutely should. That were the people who run Bed Bath. If you do not take advantage of that short position to sell equity, you are as equally ill-advised when you bought back all that stock at much higher prices. Read your balance sheet. You need the money. You need it today. The retailer has consistently missed Wall Street expectations since 2021 and registered huge losses. Robert Baird, analyst Peter Benedict, downgraded the stock to a sell rating from hold. Benedict assigned a $4 price target to Bed Bath & Beyond stock, which implies a whopping 59% downside to potential current levels. Benedict warned investors of the meme frenzy, which is driven by non-fundamentally focused market participants, and suggested selling the stock. Wow, these analysts really have their finger on the pulse of the market. By the way, don't buy Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm not advising you to buy it or not buy it, but this is just stupid gambling. Short sellers are betting heavily on the stock despite there being zero fundamental backups to the stock's trajectory. On Monday alone, BBBY stock surged almost 63%, marking its biggest one-day gain in a year. And many posts of do the opposite of what Crimmer says filled the walls. Yo, I just put all my slurp juice into Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Are you watching the stream unsubbed? You're making income inequality worse. You are doing anti-praxis. We are the only Twitch stream that will not accept scam advertisers, and I will never fuck you over by selling you crap.